Welcome back to Master 79. In this lesson we will tackle an ielts writing task 1 process diagram showing how an LED flashlight works. We will read the task, brainstorm it together, and then build a full band 9 model answer step by step. Here is the task. The diagram shows how an LED flashlight works. We must summarize the main features and make comparisons where they are relevant. Write at least 150 words in about 20 minutes. Because this is a diagram of how a device works, we are describing components and a flow, not changes over time. Take a moment to study the diagram. Notice the LED bulb sitting inside a reflective cone at the top. Below it are 2 batteries stacked in series, with a metal spring at the bottom. On the left is a slide switch with metal contacts. The orange line traces the flow of current around the circuit. The small inset shows the switch in the off position, where the circuit is broken. Before writing, a quick strategy. First, name the components you can see. Second, trace the flow, what moves and in which direction. Third, write an overview that states the purpose and the main mechanism, with no detail. Fourth, compare the 2 states the diagram shows, on and off. And throughout, use the passive voice and clear sequences to connect each step. Now the brainstorm. On the warm side, list the components you must name: the casing, the 2 batteries in series, the metal spring, the slide switch, its metal contacts, the wire, and the LED bulb with its reflector. On the cool side, gather the process language. Current flows from the batteries along the wire and reaches the bulb, which emits light. When the contacts touch, the circuit closes. When they separate, it breaks. The switch controls the whole flow. Here is the plan. Paragraph 1, a 1-sentence introduction that paraphrases the task. Paragraph 2, the overview. The torch is a simple battery circuit, and a switch decides whether it is on or off, with no detail. Paragraph 3 describes the components and the current path when the torch is on. Paragraph 4 describes the switch mechanism, comparing the on and off states. Let us build the answer. The introduction paraphrases the task in a single sentence. The diagram illustrates the internal components of an LED torch and demonstrates how these parts work together to produce light. Then the overview. Overall, the device operates as a simple electrical circuit powered by 2 batteries, and a sliding switch determines whether the torch is on or off. Notice there are no small details here, just the big picture. Body paragraph 1 describes the construction and the current path. The flashlight is built around a cylindrical casing that holds 2 batteries stacked one above the other, with a metal spring pressed against the base of the lower battery. When the torch is switched on, current flows out of the batteries and travels along a wire up to the LED bulb, which sits inside a reflective cone at the top. The bulb then emits a beam of light. Body paragraph 2 explains the switch and compares the 2 states. The flow of current is controlled by the slide switch on the side of the casing. In the on position, the metal contacts are pushed together, closing the circuit so electricity can circulate. When the switch is moved to the off position, by contrast, the contacts separate and the circuit is broken. As a result, the current can no longer reach the bulb, and the light goes out. So why does this score band 9? For task achievement, the overview is clear and free of detail, and every key part and the full current path is covered accurately. For coherence, 4 logical paragraphs are linked with sequences and referencing. For lexical resource, the vocabulary is precise: circuit, current, emits, contacts, circulate. And for grammar, the passive voice, time clauses, and complex sentences are all used accurately. One honest note, Band 9 here reflects our own assessment against the public ielts descriptors, not a certified examiner score. That is our full task 1 walkthrough. Remember the routine, name the parts, trace the flow, write a detail-free overview, and compare the states. Try writing your own version, then compare it with the model. If this helped, do like and subscribe, and I will see you in the next lesson. This is B Master 79.